look at us. Everybody, you hear it? Is it happening? Are we back? Are we back in the building? It's StepFans and Chill. Are we here? You guys, I think it is. I think it's officially happening, man. And we back in the building, feeling all this level of freshness. The world's moving fast, a lot going on. You know it. You know it. Stuff hasn't changed. What is it? It's the morning show with the late night feel with your host, Mikey Winfield. Other day, this lady, she was like, is it Mikey or Mikey? Both, bitch. Hey, man, we are out the gate making it happen. And I'm just happy that we have these times and we can jump into all of this stuff because we need it, man. I didn't know. Sometimes you don't know you missed until you go away and they remind you, oh, yeah, you know, what happened to the thing? And I'm like, you're absolutely right. And you guys, I'm just glad we have this moment. I'm glad I can be here. And I'm ready to jump into whatever I'm jumping into. Like right now, man, I'm just jumping into trash television. Out the gate, people. Y'all watching this? You don't even have to be watching it to know what I'm talking about. I'm watching Temptation Island on Netflix. It's a wreck. It's just absolute trash, but the best trash. Four couples, they go on there so they could be tempted to see if they should sustain and continue going in their relationship. And listen, if you're watching the show, it has ended, but there are spoilers. Turn it off now if you're watching this show. If not, man, I'm just going to jump into some stuff. Not even very long, but I'm telling you, who does this? Who does this? Who is in love with somebody and like, hey, let's go on a show on separate islands so we can see if, you know, we should continue our relationship? How ridiculous is this? This is crazy. And that's why it is the greatest TV. I couldn't stop watching. These fools came for it. They got like a men's villa and a women's villa. So the men's villa is where the four guys who are the contestants on the show, they hang out and they got 10 women that are there to tempt them. The women have the same thing. It's the women's villa where it's the four women and there's 10 guys there to tempt them as well. Let me tell you, the men's villa, way more fun. Oh, man, that men's one, it goes down, wow. Oh, man, it's happening. The women's one, you know, man, if you like reading literature, that's what the women's villa felt like. It was just all this depth and all these slow moves until they get to what they supposed to get to. Everybody knows what they're looking for. You know what you want to happen. You want to know which one of these women are going to crack first and smash in the women's villa. Why else are we watching it? You know, the lead-ups are great. We like when it leads up to special stuff, but the men's villa wasted no time. I feel like, all right, you guys, hot take. These four men that came here, 3 of them easily did not come for the sake of saving their relationship. They came with no holds barred. They came there to lose everything. And for us, that just makes better television viewing. These guys had no rules. The men, the moment they broke up from the woman that they were with, the rules was out the door. A lot of them had rules too. The rules were like, hey, when you get over there, no touching, no feeling. I'm talking day one. Some guy got a girl twerking on her on the deck. And I'm like, well, there goes that relationship. And the question is, what will you forgive? I don't know. See, everyone on this show, they were like in their 20s. I think you can do something like that in your 20s. You can go on a relationship show. You can bring a couple because you know you real early in the game. And this person you with in your 20s, you're not going to be with them in 2 or 3 years. You do know that. Those of you listening in your 20s and you're in a relationship right now, it's going to end. It's several reasons why. It's going to end. It's going to be over. So that's why you do it. That's why you take them on a show called Temptation Island. No one in their 40s is going on a show called Temptation Island. They've been together for 17 years. There's no way they're going to go on here, go to separate islands, and take that type of risk. That's ridiculous. Now, I wish they would. I wish they would have 40-year-olds on the show. It's probably going to be boring. Like, it's not going to be explicit, but it's going to be even more heartbreak if they go in their 40s, because now they own houses together. They don't just own dogs. They got real children. Like, they doing it all at this age. And it's more at stake. So Netflix, if you watching this, you know, you looking for a producer. I know a lot of older couples who I can get on this show right now to put their whole relationship on the line just because they want exposure. You know everybody now. They on the gram. They want likes. That's where we live now. Everybody wants likes and exposure. Everyone except me. That's why I've been missing. All right, you guys, you know me, jumping into one of my favorite segments. You may know it. You may know it. Animals be tripping. And a lot of times, you guys, you could call myself extra prepared. Not today. I'm jumping into this thing fresh and new as you are. Let's see what we got going on. So elephants, people, you know. And elephants are interesting because we all think we know what we know about elephants, you know, but there's always a deeper level than everything. You know, I know a lot of you think elephants are just, you know, jolly giants, but it's more to them. Bigger than life animals. They've even booked roles on TV. Y'all remember Dumbo? Remember Dumbo? Dumbo used to get down. I know, like, looking back, if elephants had a real say in it, it's like they would know other titles. They would know other names. Y'all couldn't call me like Stevie or, you know, Ronald. Why I had to be Dumbo, you know? But that changed Disney forever. And Dumbo was based on a flying elephant, you know, because that's what life is, man. It's about, like, adventure and taking risk, you know, and if you go into the deeper meaning of Dumbo, why you had a flying elephant, you know, is reasons for that. Don't think that anything is just as simple as it is. Like, why do you have an elephant that can fly? It's uplifting. It's allowing you to really just suspend disbelief. All right, you guys, like, you can do anything. And once you instill that when you're younger, like, I'm hoping when you first tuned into Dumbo, you wasn't like 37. Like, this is something you was supposed to catch on to come up when you was younger. And you're like, wow, if Dumbo can fly, you know, the sky's the limit. And you saw it early, and you should believe that. You know, circuses, man. A lot of people disagree on zoos and circuses and stuff, but it's like, come on. Some of them elephants got caught. You had to put them somewhere. You know, you couldn't just release them right back. They've been caught. They ate people food, you know, and now it's like, all right, you work for us now. It's like slavery. You're going to perform for us, go on tour, and we're going to treat you great. Maybe, you know. Yeah, it's kind of sucked. You know, there's a lot you don't know about these giant creatures, though. You know, elephants, people, listen to this. They don't forget anything. They like, yo, girl. You know how you said some stuff early, you thought you just slipped it through, and then like 4 months and 2 years later, she's like, you remember that Thursday back in April of 06? You're like, oh, man, you crazy. You know, they can remember everything like distant water holes, you know, other elephants and humans, you know, they've encountered. They can remember all of this. Passages, they just have this memory, this like insane. Also, if anyone treated them wrong, you know, if someone like thought they was being funny, said a bad joke, you know, and they see you down the line years later, they're going to remember that. And you might get trunk slapped. Like, anything is really possible with the memory of these elephants. You know, like, personally, y'all probably notice about me, man. I can't remember stuff that happened in the last week, let alone a few years. But elephants do things like hold grudges, and they pop up to settle the score, maybe decades later. So all I'm saying, man, is be responsible out there and treat your local elephants with respect. You know, they even pass information down from generation to generation. They also can distinguish between different languages. Y'all ain't even know it, but it's elephants out here speaking Spanish. They like doing that. They crazy. When they hear like language of the ops, they know how to get out of Dodge. Like when I see two Japanese people having a conversation, sometimes it looks violent, but that's just how they speak. An elephant would be able to decipher. Nah, they just talking and stuff. But then if like, I don't know, nunchucks popped out of something, the elephant would say, all right, it's time to bounce. A lot of people didn't even know this, but elephants make different sounds. They snort, they roar, they cry, they even bark. Elephants is out here barking. They don't pull that one out as much because then, you know, man, you know how dogs are. They so emotional and they in their feelings and they like, oh, you like could bark too, you know, so they kind of chill with that. But it's true, elephants bark. So next time you hear a dog, you know, barking outside, look out the window first before you yell at your dog. It might be an elephant out there just on some other stuff, man, just getting his bark on. This is the last fact that I'm going to share. All right, this is huge. This is a big deal right here, you guys. Elephants listen through their feet. Yes, I said it. They listen through their feet. They can stomp their feet, and other elephants can detect it through the ground. That's like texting for elephants. Yeah, they like hit the ground on some stompity stomp, and then the other one's like, yo, I felt that. All right, man, I drop off the kids. That's pretty much what they do, you know. They're so diverse, man. They use dirt as sunscreen. Is that not brilliant? You know, we out here going to Rayleigh's or what's the grocery store? We out here going to Walmart and squeezing the stuff. We in Ralph's getting a little, well, not us. You whites out there with the little non-pigmented skin, you guys is out there getting a little, you know, little canisters and stuff. Y'all could just use dirt. And then you could save from like the sun's rays. Did you have any idea about that? I don't think you did. But you know, man, I just thought it was important to share. And lastly, when you thought I was done, elephants are feminists. Yes, elephants live in families for life, know their relatives, and are ruled by a female. That's a lot of homes here too. But she's fierce, she's a leader, and she really holds it down in the house while the male elephant gets to run the streets. All right, you guys, just thought I would share that. Let's jump into something that I always like to do, people. You know what I'm talking about. Let's jump into some love, man, and some relationships and see if we can lend a hand. A lot of times, I can't help the person who needs the help, but sometimes you hear what you need to hear. Those of you at home, those of you in the car, those of you who are absorbing this, maybe you have better advice than I do. Maybe you do. Who knows? But look at this. This lady's 40. She says she went out with her husband. He's 45. And I got drunk after saying I wouldn't. He's not talking to me now. Why should he? I mean, it sounds like you said you wouldn't do something, and now you did it. How is he supposed to feel? You know, however, I don't know, man. That's weird. I'm not one to do that silent treatment thing. That's just not me personally. But that doesn't mean I want to work out stuff immediately either. If you done piss me off and I'm kind of hot, you know, like, just give me some space. Give me a little bit of time. I'm going to go in the garage or something. You just go, I don't know, read some erotica and get hot and do something nasty or something. And then maybe we'll reconvene soon. So she says, hi, I'm feeling really crappy today. We've been together for about 9 years with ups and downs. Everyone has those. That's part of it. You know what I'll say though? The older you get, the less downs there are. There's more ups. And you know what happens when you get older? Why there's more ups? Because you just care less about everything in the entire world. You just stop caring to a point where you're like, it's all good. You ain't tripping. Especially when you don't need anything from people. Oh, imagine a life where you don't even need anyone. It's only ups. My husband, 45, and me went out to a concert last night. I told him I wouldn't get messed up well, and I did. We had to leave because I could hardly stand up. She was getting smiggity smashed. However, listen to me. Look, she got an alcohol problem. You know, that's probably an ongoing issue. But, man, if I'm out with a lady, man, and, you know, she decided to go, you know, get over the top with it, you know, get a drink on, I'm going to have a level of forgiveness, unless this is every time we go out. But if that's how you want to have your fun, you know, I guess one of us got to be responsible. I think it's more fun when we both get drunk. And then we both, like, just wake up in the alley. And we're like, whoa, nobody took care of us? Life on the edge? That's kind of crazy, but it sounds like he's probably having to be responsible for you quite a bit, which can be exhausting, especially at a concert. You know, what concert y'all go to at 45? Who was playing? What the hell concert was you at? And y'all 40 and 45. What was y'all bumping, man? The highlights? Who was the whispers? What was y'all listening to? All right. I hardly ate before going out. And no, stop making excuses. You do this. Don't blame it on the food and what you didn't eat. Sounds like you go out and you just don't know your limit. Know your limit. That's the least you could do. Why you gotta get drunk? Like, why don't you just get, oh, I'm feeling good. Like, when you put it over the top, and listen, we've all done it. We all done it. I'll say this, when I get drunk, it's planned. It's very planned. Like, I know that day, yeah, I'm going there. Why do I feel this way? I'm going there. But to the point of blacking out, something else there. I don't know. And honestly, she says, I rarely drink. Really. But when I do, I overdo it. Clearly. I got sick last night multiple times and have been sick all day. He's pissed at me. He has work later and isn't speaking to me. Does anyone can you help me? Can you help me approach this situation? Have you been in this situation or scenario before? And what did you do? All right, well, I'm going to speak from a man's perspective right now, which I am. When your lady messes up, it's time to hold it over her head. There are very few moments in time where she's wrong. So when you get those moments where you could get some leverage, you gotta hold it. You gotta keep it. Well, you know, you got drunk at this concert, you overdid it. You know what? I need something. I don't know what it is, but you need to try. Just coming in and saying, I'm sorry, not enough. Go get me some flowers. Get me, buy me a new hard drive for my laptop. What else I need? Give me a new suit jacket. Man, I don't even know, but I need to see effort. You're not just going to be out here just overdoing it. I rarely ate. You think you're just going to be out here doing that and then I'm sorry, I'm supposed to get over this? No, because when it's the other way around, I got to pay. When I done made some stupid mistake, oh man, I got to be the most, what's the word? Show the most humility. I got to bow down. I got to do all of this. I got to hear you running your mouth forever. Ugh. So now it's flipped. How about that? I don't know. Do something. Show me you didn't mean it. They say change behavior are the best apologies. Well, guess what? I need a little more than that. All right? Maybe a bow tie. Who knows? All right. Let's see what happens. He says, new story, you guys. New story alert. Last night, my wife fell asleep during foreplay. This has happened hundreds of times during our marriage. Is she narcoleptic? That's not funny. Earlier in the day, I had playfully set up 9 p.m. bedroom date with her. She's 45. There you go. All right? She's 45. Women that age get sleepy. All right? You don't start setting up sex dates so late at 9 p.m. This woman has been working all day doing women's stuff, watching reality shows, leaning on the couch, filing her nails, talking on the phone, texting. She's tired at 9 p.m. And you out here setting up sex dates at 9 p.m. What's wrong with you? She told me it sounded perfect. Did she really? And that she was excited for it. I joked that the dress code was whatever made her feel amazing, or nothing at all, her choice. You really have the sense of humor. Nighttime rolled around. Our kids, youngest in middle school, were doing their own thing. And he's 46, said good night to them. You mean you can stay up that late too at age 46? Man, you out here doing big things. Congrats. My wife was watching TV and wanted to finish her episode. As they do, do not pull a woman away from her episode so y'all can have nasty time. She's still wondering what happens at the end. Then she had to use the bathroom. Oh, I hope she took a shower afterwards. She met me in the bed at like 9:50. I admit I was already feeling somewhat disappointed that she didn't appear to be making our private time a priority. Listen, man, get used to it, all right? You got to just start figuring out ways to make your own self, your own sexy time. Figure out how to implement that in your life because it sounds like this is an ongoing thing. Unfortunately, it's a part of life. I was reading something today, and I'm trying to take a positive spin on what I'm about to say. But every once in a while, your libidos don't match. What do? What's the easy answer? Go out there and feed that libido, baby. But you can't do that. I think the clinical answer, and I'm no clinician, but you need to go out there and get to know each other. Get to know the person you're in love with all over again. Blah, blah, blah. All right. But then we had some really nice face-to-face cuddling and talking and kissing and both of us smiling and happy. She looked so beautiful in the low light. Oh, that's very sweet. I told her to close her eyes and relax. Shouldn't have said that. Down a few steps with me while I touched her. Ooh, is this erotica or a real story? She said that sounded great. I spent several minutes touching her body and face and hair. She was like, that feels amazing, baby. And then I began touching her intimately. Way to go, slow play, y'all. 3 minutes later, she started twitching and heavy breathing. And I realized she was asleep. Well, that doesn't do anything for your confidence. Man, but look, she's asleep, man. It's over at this point. You just need to go in and get yours, man. She might just dream about it. Knock her down while she's asleep. It's your wife. It's not a stranger. She shouldn't sue you for this. It's not the situation you probably planned on, but sometimes the movie doesn't end the way you wanted it to end. Let's see what else you had to say. I was crestfallen. Oh, shucks. You pulling out that vocabulary on your boy? I might have to look that one up later. As I had been thinking all day about this time with her, and I was really looking forward to building her up and enjoying some private, intimate moments with her. The thing is, this similar scenario has happened several hundreds of times during our marriage. Well, I do have some advice for you. It sounds that when you go, let's just say, downtown, she falls asleep. I think right there you have your answer. When you're downtown, you need to do something different when you're at some of the stores. All right? You need to go in there and shop a different type of way. You got to do something. I'm not going to blame this completely on her age at this point. If the time she falls asleep, this was 9:50 p.m. and she fell asleep, which can happen. But when you say it happens several times, now I am worried. Now I'm wondering, what's going on? What's the deal? No one wants to hear this, but it could be you and your skill set. Maybe you need to drop her off on Temptation Island and let them young boys go to work. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. That's terrible. Let's get away from relationships right now, you guys. Let's jump into something else before we conclude. All right. Ooh. We are done with relationships, and we're just going to jump into some, someone just seeking advice. Why not, right? My best friend charged me for a meal for my child years ago, and I can't seem to let it go. Well, you know what, you elephant? You need to just move on and stop remembering everything. You need to let go of certain things, all right? I ain't even read the story yet. Maybe I should read the story. But I don't know. It's from years ago. It's still your friend. Move on. Talk about it. Have a discussion. Why bottle it in for years? All right. I'm genuinely blown away when people feel disrespected or felt a certain kind of way and accept it and just move forward. Oh, thank you for that. I wish that was easy. Unfortunately, I always feel a need for clarity and understanding. My best friend of 25 years, godparent to my child, requested to take my child to the park. That was very kind of them. A 12-year-old to give you a break. I don't know if we should, request breaks, but when someone offers to take your child off your hand, that's something to be grateful for. That sounds like a good friend of 25 years. He's not blood, but that's his family. Of course I said yes. His child is in the same age rank. After spending the entire afternoon together, they hit a drive-thru on the way home. Later that evening, husband and wife, us, receive a text message from him and his wife asking to be compensated or made whole because these type of things add up, end quote. Yes, they do, I agree. However, it's $12. If you didn't have it, don't take our child out or tell us ahead of time. Listen, no, you're wrong, all right? They don't tell you before. You offer. Oh, you're taking my child? Here's some money in case you guys want to do this. You want to go out to eat. You want to do this. No, and don't hit them up with it's only $12 if you ain't got it. You don't know what they got. Why are they paying for your kid? They already giving you a break, all right? They done took the kid off your hands so you and your husband can enjoy yourselves. Be grateful. Send them it was only $12. This kid is eating good, by the way, though. $12? Kid is out here eating, but stuff is more expensive, especially at 12. You got an appetite. Says if you don't have it, don't take our child out. We feel disrespected and a little taken back. Well, you shouldn't. It's on you. These people are family. And when their child has spent weekends with us, we never once charged them and never will. Listen, people, we gotta stop saying what we would do and just assuming that everyone is going to act and be the way you would handle things. That's just not a safe approach in life. If someone wants $12, so what? Are you offended because you don't got it? Why are you offended on their behalf? Maybe they don't have it. They shouldn't have took your kid if they don't have $12. Stuff to do that doesn't cost money. I feel like you are wrong and you should reevaluate how you approach this. And don't have an attitude next time they want to take your kid. Oh, so what? You want $12 now or later? No. Just offer some money. Hey, what do you guys have planned? What are you going to do? Here, just take this 20. I hope this is enough. If it's not, I'll send you more. You're the one getting a break. Selfish. And I know that this is selfish because at my core, I've had to wipe out a lot of selfishness. I'm that person that doesn't understand a lot of things. But, with time, you learn. All right. I want to bring it up and ask, what was that about? What do you mean what it was about? It was about you not giving money so your child can do stuff. All right. Stop taking advantage of family. You know what? I'm done with the story. That's what it is. Stop taking advantage of loved ones and family. All right? Keep that in mind. Just because you love them, they love you, doesn't mean that, you shouldn't put money up front. You should just make these assumptions. That's on you. And yes, you should have brought it up. And you should be called out, which is happening right here. You've been called out. All right. Well, thank you all. I'm going to close right now. Thank you all for, wow. I just realized that I didn't get into a lot today, but that's okay. I'm going to see you guys again. And we're back, you guys. We back running this thing again. We back flying. Everything is still the same. I got a lot of dates up on, what is it called? BigAssTeeth.com. Check out the website. Find the social media. We also have a returning location for where these will land, you guys. I mean, if you are listening, you can hear it on all the streaming sites. And then I got my main YouTube location. You can check it out. We're going to have them on Facebook. These things are out there. But most of all, people, let's close right here. Let's close with this. You got to love yourself. You got to treat yourself. You got to do special things for you. And you know that when you do this, you have the opportunity to be better for everyone else. You're not selfish because you take yourself out. You're not selfish for making yourself brighter and putting yourself in brighter situations. Remember that. You're better. Everyone else is better when you make yourself better first. Hey, thank you for tuning in to StepFans and Chill.